Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Code Brains. It's been quite a long time since I've given a voiceover to my videos, so here I am back with my voice. Well, it's been a long time, and previously I have been making art videos, and as you would have seen, it's illustrator videos which I have been uploading last week. So this time I thought let's get back to the track where we do something technical and stuff. So as okay, that's MySQL Workbench default homepage. Here are my two connections I've already made. So I will show you how to make a connection first. Here you can see a plus symbol besides MySQL connections. Just click on that. Give a name to your name for your connection. So I'll give it as demo and leave everything as same. Username should be root. Then I guess you can change your username also, that doesn't matter. And for the password, click on store in vault, and given the password which you gave while creation of your this MySQL Workbench, when you were installing, you would have given a password and you need to enter the same password. So I'll just enter the password and click on OK, and let's test connection. And if everything is fine, it will give you this successful dialog box message. When that's done, click on OK, click on OK. You have your connection ready. Click on your connection. It will take a moment and open the workspace for creating a database and tables. So these are the database of which like few are already there and few of them I created. So I guess if you are starting it you are new to this one, you have opened MySQL Workbench for the first time, then you'll be in administrator page. So you don't have anything to do over here. You just need to click on schema, come over here, right click, and you can select this option create schema. This is for actually creating a database. When you click on that, you get this interface where you are naming your database. So let me name it as demo db, as in demo database. You don't need to do anything else, but if you want to play around with your character set correlation, you can just explore it and choose whichever you like. I'll go with the default settings and click on apply. And this is the dialog box which it generates query itself and creates a database for you. Actually, whatever you're going to do over here, it will create everything on the predefined queries. Like it will do the querying automatically. If you don't want to query yourself and do the things while you query, so you can just use this graphical user interface and create your stuff. It will query automatically. So next, click on apply. Querying has been done and your database should have been made. And to check that if it has or it hasn't, just look over here. So demo DB is right over here. That means my database has been created. Currently it is empty. By empty, I mean it has these options, but nothing has been created. If you see on tables as well, nothing. You don't have this arrow beside it that shows that means that you don't have anything in your table. In your table, I mean there is no table. So if you want to create a table, right click on the table and create table. Like click on create table. Then you have this interface where you can name your table. So let me name it as, well, everything is going with demo, so let's name this one as demo table. And naming has been done. So now you have these column names. So you can create as many columns as you want. So just click over here, double click or single click would do. So first one, well, it is not necessary, but it is generally preferred that the first column is your primary key or your index key or index column, whatever you want to name it as. So let me just name it id, and data type should be int as id 1234, so it should be in int. And as you can see, automatically it shows pk and m, and you can click on ai. Actually, ai is basically auto increment, and pk stands for primary key and nm stand for not null. So this that says that this value cannot be null. This has to be filled up. Either you fill it or the next column, which like whenever you are updating your column in the database, then your id section, that is id column, it will get automatically incremented and the value will be filled. It won't be left null. So that's what it means. So coming to the next one, Uh, since I have named the first column as ID, let's go with the student database itself. So student database or anything, let's go with the employee. So what comes next after ID is the name. So EMP standing for employee, and next name, and the default data type for it is varchar, that is varchar characters. So you can actually increase or decrease the size from here. It says 45. That means it will go up to 45 characters, and after that, if you try to like given the characters like increase the size of go beyond 45, it will definitely give you an error. So if you want to increase it, you can increase from here. But actually, 45 is way too much for a name. You never know. You can actually get people with a lot bigger name, a name with a lot of characters, but still, let's keep it minimum to 10. And it doesn't actually require any of these constraints, so let it be. And if you want to see how many characters or how many data types your MySQL Workbench offers, you can just click on this drop down menu, and you can actually see what all the data types are. You'll see many, and you'll be familiar with many of them, so you can do the exploring yourself. Next, uh, employee. After employee, what can you think about an employee in department, right? So let's name it as department, and that be varchar as well. Next one, let's give a number to the department, so DEPT underscore number. If you're wondering why I'm giving underscore, it's just my habit. So there's nothing special that or necessary that you need to give underscore. You can name it however you want. And for the data type should be int, because department number cannot be in character, right? Well, you can keep it character and pass your integer value as string, but what's the point? Next one, hire date. And over here, we cannot keep it as varchar or integer. We need to have date as the data type. So let's choose date. And further on, you can keep on increasing the name, and according to the type, whichever whatever name you're giving and whatever data type you want, you can choose from here. So I guess you get the idea. And now since I'm done with this, I can click on apply, and as you can see over here, the querying part has already been done. So in the background, my SQL Workbench will run these queries, and my table will be created. So let's go on with this. Yeah, boom. Our table has been created, and to check if it has, I'll just close these. Not necessarily you need to close, but I like it to be organized. So now you can see you have arrow or a symbol over here, which indicates that you have something inside your table. So click on it, and you can see that you have one table says demo table, which we created right now. To check what's there inside, you have these three options. First one is the info on the table. Second one, if you want to update the table, and third one is the view, where you can actually enter the values in the table. So here are my columns for the table, demo table. It says ID, employee name, DPT, department number, and hire date. So let's fill the values. ID first being 1, employee name, let's say Sam, department. Okay, what are the departments? So let's service department or marketing, actually. Marketing department, department number being, let's say, 1948, and hire date. And actually I don't know what's the format of hire date over here, but let's see, it doesn't give me okay. Before filling that, let's just see the information. This I icon over here will give you the information. So this is basically the metadata or the data of a database, which is termed as metadata. So this basically gives you the idea of the information of the data table, or the table which you have created in the database. And the next one is if you want to update the things, this setting icon over here. So you get a new or this tab. Then let's see date. It doesn't give me much of information that what format I need to give the date in. Let's see, okay, it doesn't. Let's just fill up the values, and if we have some error, we'll just see. So I guess you get the idea of how to navigate through this MySQL Workbench interface. I'll just fill up the value for that date, and let's see, let's choose a date. Let's say 19 hyphen 05 and 2003. I'm sure I will get an error. Let's see. Apply, and the query is ready. Click on apply, and I have this error. It says insert into demo, blah 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 blah, marketing, blah blah blah. There was an error in applying SQL script in database. Well, I know what's the error, but it is not actually giving me the format where I need to give in the date. So what do I do over here? Okay, I actually don't know what to do, so I will just leave it as null. And let's try filling up, apply, and error again. Damn these tables. Okay, so I will just show you how to remove a column now, since I'm not able to fill that column right now. So let's close this tab. Get closed, damn it. Don't say it. So I go here, and now I try to update this higher date column. I will click and click delete selected. Now that's done, and now click on apply. Apply once again, and my table has been updated. Now let's try filling up the values. This one being 1, this one saying Sam, department being, well, don't mind the dogs barking behind, can't do anything about them, and number saying 1948, and try apply, and boom, it has been created. Let's close it, and let's check again that if the values have been updated or not. Click on view, and yes, it has been updated. So guys, I hope you get the idea of how to create a database, create a table, and update values and do stuff with your table. So I hope you got that, and just explore around and you'll get the basic idea of what to do and what not to do. This was the whole concept of creating database, creating a new connection, and creating a table in that. So thank you guys, that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it and you got to learn how to create a database. So thank you guys, stay tuned for the next one, and see you in the next video.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's